Vicky, obviously not the result you wanted. Where did you feel that sort of went wrong second half?
I think the penalty. I'm not going to say a comment on whether it was or it wasn't because I don't want to get in trouble. But the penalty, when you go it's 3-1 up, that was probably the nail in the coffin, and then they built momentum and we had to ride a storm. We didn't ride the storm as well as we would have liked to, and then we find ourselves 5-1 down. But I think it's just one of those things. The first half, we showed character, we showed grit, we created opportunities, we got ourselves back in the game, so I'm pleased with that. But the second half, obviously, as a collective, we're all disappointed and we feel sorry for the fans because the final whistle goes in a North London derby. It should never be that scoreline.
It felt like a little bit of a slow start with Arsenal taking the lead a little bit early on. I just kind of wondered whether there was a little bit of kind of what you kind of put that down to, I suppose.
I think it was just not managing the triggers of the back line to drop. Pakistani's just playing off the shoulder, so I think maybe a lack of concentration. No pressure on to show it off at source, long ball in behind, and we've just not dealt with it. So like a defensive error, but you know, we win and lose together. We concede goals together, we score goals together. It's no one's fault. We've got to review it together and make sure that these next 6 games that we put the lessons from the second half right.
In terms of obviously the table, I guess kind of the games against the teams in the top 3 aren't really going to define the season in terms of the battle further down the table.
Yeah.
How impressed have you still been in terms of the reaction from the squad, obviously from still behind going in a few weeks ago? You know, you got the win against Leicester, and as you say, you know, there was kind of like, you know, fight back in terms of the first half and parts of the second half.
Yeah, well, I mean, no one wants to concede that early, so that was like, okay, how is the group going to respond? And I thought they responded really well, getting opportunities in front of goal, and obviously we were awarded a penalty. Could have been more, could have been 2-2. They're a resilient bunch, they've been through a lot. This won't define us. We can't let our shoulders drop and our head drop. We've got to push our shoulders back, keep our heads held high, and focus on our next game.
Vicky, did you believe that you'll sort of be in charge for the next game, and are you kind of happy for it to be a game-by-game basis?
Look, I'm here as long as the club want me here, but I'm not going anywhere from the girls' point of view. I'm with them through thick and thin, and I'll give it 110%, just as the girls will, and we'll battle right to the very end, and hopefully that's enough to keep us in the WSL.
I mean that win against Leicester was huge, wasn't it, in terms of giving yourself a little bit of breathing space. And obviously, with a result like this, you're still, you know, confident that if you are going to do the next 6 games, you can get them through and get through to the summer, and then have a big thing.
No, absolutely. The win was massive against Leicester, and I've seen a change in the way that we turn up. Wow, those kids are so loud, by the way. And the way that we turned up to training last week. You know, everybody was full of confidence. It relieved a lot of pressure. Today was no pressure. There's no pressure. Last week, in the week, midweek, Wednesday against Leicester, there was a significant amount of pressure on that game, and the way that we dealt with that, keeping a clean sheet, they're the games really that we can reflect on and take forwards. Today is a write-off, it's done. Don't even want to talk about it. Let's focus on Everton.
Beth got a goal again today.
Yeah.
She's been in good form for you guys. It's potentially another big week with her, with the England squad coming up. Yeah, what do you make of her performance today?
I think she's just a born leader. You can see how she didn't give up to the final whistle, regardless of the scoreline. She's still coming over, apologising, saying, what more can I do, Vic? Because she wants to generally run through a brick wall for everybody here. So I couldn't ask for more from her. If she continues scoring goals the way that she has, like she did against Leicester, then there's no reason why she shouldn't be getting called up for England.
With Keris Harrick, obviously, her 177 appearance result, not ideal, but how important would her leadership be as Tottenham look to get more points and just try and move away from that bottom half of the table?
Yeah, leadership is powerful at moments like this, and when you've got, you know, strong leaders like Keris, there's a lot more in the team as well, with the experience that she's had, the appearances in the WSL. You know, she needs to get around the group, make sure that they're focused on the next task. The group need to reflect on what they could have done better, and we'll help them do that as a staffing group. But she's a great character to have in the dressing room. Thank you.
Cool.
Okay.
Thanks everyone.
Thanks everybody. All right.